Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. I am Moises Zatarain.
And I'm Jose Reese.
And this is Spartan Shield News. Today's broadcast is brought to you by our sponsors, the Woodcraft Rangers.
Today we have a segment on Steam Magnet, the long-awaited SoundCloud rapper interview, and a new game we call Generation Gap.
Not only is HP getting a new modernization project, but it's also getting a new Steam Magnet program. Here with more information is Wendy Gonzalez.
This is Wendy interviewing Mr. Kokomo for Steam Magnet. How will Steam Magnet affect the community?
Having a Steam Magnet will prepare students for those fields. And how will it affect HP students? I think for the better, because I think students will be able to participate in project-based learning. So, and for those students who already know they want to go into a science, technology, or math field, robotics field, then we're providing a resource for students to already get ahead of the curve, so that when they go to university, they'll feel well prepared and they'll know which courses to take.
Some parents and community should expect a lot of hard work. They should expect to see us delivering what we're trying to make sure that you guys get. So it is easy to go ahead and say we're going to have something and then not being able to deliver the way we want it. The same thing that we did when we opened Avid. We opened Avid from the beginning, from the ground up, and 4 years later, 100% of the seniors graduated from Avid. All of them going to post-secondary schools already. So that's something that the hard work of our teachers is testament of. It is evidence that it works when you have a group of people that are passionate about what they do. As we explain in our Magnet proposal, and it's actually on our webpage for HP High School in the Magnet section, there is a lot of careers that have not been taught by our communities, and we want to make sure that our students in our communities have the opportunity to be able to find out what they are and what are the requirements to go ahead and do so, and be successful in going to careers or universities or programs that are going to be prepared. If you want to be an engineer, how many times you heard people get rejected because they don't have the minimum requirements to become engineers? Computer scientists, same thing. Long Beach has, one of our students went to Cal State Long Beach last year in the computer science program. Why? So if we can provide that exposure, if we can provide that support, I think that our students will be more successful in these fields. I want to make sure that students that are interested in those fields, they get targeted support in those fields. So rather than make it something very general, we want to make sure that we start narrowing to pathways so students can benefit from it. So there are other schools that have done something similar. You have 32nd USC Magnet with a partnership with USC, they're right next door. So they're also emphasizing for the same reason, because the principal there believes that our students are not getting that exposure, that we are underrepresented in those fields. So we already have a partnership with Cal State Long Beach, with Cal State LA. We are developing a very strong one with other universities and community members and community programs, so that we can go ahead and make sure that not only you prepare, but you eventually get a internship, whether paid or not paid, so that you can be even more ready and more prepared to be into that pathway.
Over the course of many years, music genres have come and gone. From jazz to country, the SoundCloud rappers have made their debut. And here to report on it is Destiny Hewlings.
So, what inspired you to put your art into music?
I don't know, I think ever since I was little, I really loved listening to music. I'd always be with my headphones on, even when the Walkman came out and the CD players, I'll always be listening to music. But what really inspired me was my older brother, because he had downloaded a program called FL Studio. And I would always see him try, but he gave up eventually, but the program was still there. So around 7th grade, I would be messing around with it. And then in 9th grade, I learned how to play the trumpet and the piano, and that really helped me, so that's when I really got into producing. And what inspired me to release music was my friend telling me it's good, just release it, let's see what people think about it. And the few times that we did release it, they were successful.
Thank you for that. Do you write your lyrics, or does someone write them for you, or how do you
Well,
write
it usually depends, because if I'm working with someone like my partner Kenshi, that's another rapper that I work with very closely. This other local artist that I do work with too, he's actually 16 years old, which is crazy, so he goes to high school right now. But he goes to Linda though, his name is Kid Activist. I have a couple songs with him, he's about to have a whole EP produced by me, so like we usually collaborate on hooks or like throw the ideas to the hooks, and whoever says it best keeps it. But for verses, we do that entirely on our own. Like we either write it, or sometimes I don't have time to write because I have to mix and master too. So I just literally go in there and I like freestyle part by part. So I find like whichever one I like. But because sometimes when I try writing, like I get too stuck in my head. So sometimes it's better for me to just flow and just let it out the first time.
What has been your biggest accomplishment since you've started?
My biggest accomplishment up to date, I think, is that I'm opening up my own studio finally. I've been working here for a year, but I'm finally gonna open up my own studio. Like we got a cool location. It's on Gage and Otis. It's gonna be in Bell. It's gonna be called we're thinking of calling it the Asylum. Another accomplishment too is that I've actually got to collab on 3 beats with this big producer. His name is 12 Mil. He actually produced for Chief Keef, Kanye West. Like he did a couple albums with Trippie Redd. Like he has a lot of big placements, so that was pretty fun to get to.
Asylum?
Yeah, the Asylum.
And how come you decided to call it that?
Cause like I don't know, like usually there's no places that are like open to the broken, and like they send them to the Asylum. So like come here and we'll take care of you. Like you'll be family here. Like don't worry, you'll be fine here. You get me? But yeah, that's one of the biggest accomplishments. And besides that, is I have an upcoming track that I got to produce for Rich the Kid with my friend on it too, because he got the Rich the Kid feature, and a Comethazine one, and then hopefully a 21 Savage one if the feature comes in.
Wow.
But if all that goes well, then this year all that will be releasing. If not, next year.
Wow. Do you have your music anywhere else besides SoundCloud? Like, do you put it on like Apple Music or Spotify?
Well, as of now, me and my friend Kenshi, the one I was talking about, my brother, we've only released 3 tracks up to date. Only 3 of them, and those 3 put them on SoundCloud. But I mean, it's hard. It's hard at first for artists that are on SoundCloud to actually like put it on Apple Music anywhere, because they usually don't have a producer and they use YouTube beats, so they can't get the rights. But since I produce, I'm like might as well, I'm gonna get it all cleared out. So we're not gonna release no more on SoundCloud till we get this EP done, and once it's done by next year, it's gonna be on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all that stuff, and on SoundCloud too. But yeah.
And at what age did you realize this was your passion?
Around 10th grade. Around 10th grade, that's when I really put my all into it, because that's when one of my friends that also was a producer told me, like, you have talent, like, to start taking it seriously. So after that, every Friday, me and my friends would, like, we'll go over to either my house or my friend's house, and I'll be right there making a beat, and we'll just be freestyling, or that's when I found out I was passionate about it. And then eventually I got an internship at a studio, and then that's the first studio that I worked with, which was in Hollywood. But after like around 9th, 10th grade, that's when I really became passionate for it, and I knew that this is what I wanted to do.
Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Along with music genres, trends have also come and gone. From t-shirt dresses to shoulder pads, there's been a major shift in fashion, trends, and celebrities. Here to test on people's knowledge is April Gonzalez and Moises Zatarain.
Hi, I'm Moises Zatarain.
And I'm April Gonzalez.
This is Spartan Shield, and we're gonna play a new game called Generation Gap. So I'm Moises Zatarain, this is Spartan Shield. This is
Tiara Garcia.
We're gonna play a little game where students have to guess who these people are. So let's get her done. Oh, well, all right. You know who this is?
Josie and the Pussycats.
All right, she got it right. So do you know what this is?
Spice Girls.
No, what this is?
Josie and the Pussycats.
Yeah, right. You know what this is, right?
Selena.
Okay.
Selena.
All right, great. Awesome.
Bush?
Yeah, his dad. Just any guess, any guess.
Like, I don't...
You can make like just a random guess what you think.
Something with Joe? I don't know.
No. Oh my god. Right here. This is not a good from the 90s.
I have no idea.
No? Running Man? Alright, no, AOL.
Running Man.
Oh no, right.
And Frank. Oh my god, I heard her name.
Who? What did you say?
And Franklin.
Anne Franklin? Anne Frank? Correct, yeah, you got it right.
You guys really don't know.
Oh, I know he is! Her name was Can I get the first letter?
Hey. Yes, any guess?
Ashley, no. Little Debbie?
Yeah, that's it.
Baby, something like that, no?
Close.
Brand?
Little Debbie, Little Debbie. You got
Oh,
it.
okay.
Generation gap.
Oh, generation gap.
Yeah.
I'm a good one for that.
Cloud? Do you know what this is?
Yes, it's sheet of paper.
The iCloud?
Clothes.
It's a raining cloud.
No. Okay. Kim Possible. Yes.
It's a cowgirl. It's a nice animated drawing.
Little Tay. 69. Yeah. Or Tanashi, whatever. 6'9". Sorry.
This is
Yes.
somebody who needs my dental plan.
Billy the Bob. I don't know. Billy Bob Space.
This is Steven Universe.
Oh, Steven. I can't never heard of that before.
The cartoon.
That's Kim Possible's boyfriend.
Bow Girl.
Miley Cyrus 20 years ago.
She is a Ariana Grande wannabe.
Catch Me Outside.
Yeah.
Catch Me Outside. I know that person. I mean, I know this thing.
Justin? Justin? Brad?
No.
Matt? I don't know.
Logan Paul.
Logan!
That's something Sean? Todd?
Yes, there you go. Oh. I don't know who that is.
Rapper slash singer.
Who?
Famous rapper slash singer.
Really?
This is Lil Pump.
Lil who?
Lil Pump.
Little Pump? Lil Pump need a little name.
I don't know what that is.
Gravity Falls.
Gravity Calls? Falls. Okay, that was that.
Is this an animated version of Dynasty? Duck Dynasty. Okay.
This is Gravity Falls.
I've never heard of that. What are you guys watching?
This has been Moises.
And April. With Generation Gap. Back to you in studio.
Generation Gap.
Now on to Haley Sanchez with your Spartan Sports.
Hello Spartans, this is Haley Sanchez and this is your Spartan Sports. So unfortunately our fall sports have come to an end. Volleyball lost their playoff game against Fort Shea High School with the final score of 3-2, and our football team has lost their playoff game against Dorsey High School with the final score of 38-0. Now comes our winter sports like basketball, soccer, and wrestling. Basketball team have their first preseason game next Wednesday away at Santee High School, and our boys basketball team had a game yesterday against Vertigo Hills. Okay, our boys soccer team will face East Valley High for their first game in December, and our girls soccer team will face Fremont High for their first game in the end of November. And that's all I have for you guys today. This is Haley Sanchez, and this is your Spartan Sports.
ASB is having a senior movie night, along with a surprise performance on November 8th. So make sure to grab your $5 and get going.
Are you going to participate in that?
I think so, if you go.
I'll go if you go.
No.
Leadership is also still accepting sign-ups for Powder Puff. They need seniors and juniors, especially boy cheerleaders.
Well, that's all we have for you today. Thank you for joining us. I'm Moises Zatarain.
And I'm Jose Reese.
And this has been Spartan Shield News.